work on it, and it lost them a lot of games early on in champs. I think that's a real worry here for Sentinels. You can't just copy a good comp and expect to be amazing at it. You have to put in a lot of the work as to why it works as well.
This is one of those maps where we are going to see offing from both these Jets on the defensive side, shutting that down. And for Second, once he's on that side, getting those opening picks is so crucial here. They've never played this comp before, and they're staking their year on it.
Yeah, this is do or die for both of these teams. The winner will move on to tomorrow's best.
On earth do we have here on Abyss?
This series was in Sentinels' hands. Now on Abyss. This is on Heretics to lose. It's in their wheelhouse. Sentinels, they're debuting their Abyss right now for the first time. Untested, but
Blood's drawn.
Mini Boo getting the first picks, and the dark skin.
It's huge! Heretics off to a flying start here. Tens and John QT have fun.
2v5. Team Heretics looking to pick up a third pistol round in a row right now. Sentinels, you might be losing this pistol, you might be losing that next round, but it's time to dig deep. Tournament life on the line. We've already taken one EMEA team out.
Can you claim a second though?
Ain't claiming that second.
Talked about it before, the kind of old gods of Fnatic, the newer look of the Heretics. Tens.
Opening.
We call it too early. Disrespect this man. That paranoia looked absolutely gorgeous, but spikes in hand. Look at the HP though. That's what scares me. 54, 13. It's not really enough to imagine you can turn it on.
Reminiscent of that Icebox as well. So low HP, Boo accidentally getting multiple kills like on John QT through the wall. Just so low. A spike plant, maybe, perhaps it's in the play for Sentinels, but if they cannot find a way to isolate all these players, to split them up, to find a first kill or two untraded, they don't have the health, they don't have the players, the bodies to put behind this. Team Heretics, yes, they have to go for this retake. Yes, it's going to take them 10 seconds to get to that spike to begin with, but oh man, they're healthy.
You talk about miracles. This would be one of them, but Tens, strange things have happened. John QT, Clutch King himself. Steps heard, no body dropped. Had to be clean, still has to be clean. 54 HP is all they got to. Someone gonna keep an eye on Tens? Is someone gonna keep an eye on Tens? You don't. Someone please turn and deal with that man. John QT has to swing, and they keep it safe.
Why are we the ones to tense up in these situations? Team Heretics, maybe the communication slipping, but Sentinels, they had two great maps to start the BO3. They had Haven and Icebox. They could have closed it in two. They were unleashed on Haven, getting into Heretics' grill, not allowing any entry into the rounds. But somewhere in the early stages of Icebox, they got turned upside down. You know, off the back of Boo's heroics, Heretics, they regained their footing. They feel unkillable. They keep taking these duels. I mean, it's starting out here on Abyss as well. Early fight, 5 seconds around, two of them getting the kills. Early drone out. They want this spike plant. They want to be able to get some sort of pressure onto Team Heretics right now with these classics.
Yeah, gap closer and audio.
They're opening.
No one seems aware of the potential of this. And it's a problem. Oh,
a second.
Shot. Second. That was so clean. It's 2v2.
Okay, Spike's still down.
But they've got a minute to play with, right? Like,
pausing the round, and the weapons weren't recovered. Still on classics, Tens and Saucy, waiting for that flank to come around into play. Gonna get that spike.
Spike's back. Okay, but keep your eye on Saucy.
If he taps this, oh yeah, he's just gonna back.
He has
up.
no idea.
He has no idea.
They have no idea about Saucy. And if Tens can just keep them guessing, or maybe make them doubt that it's this B side, back away potentially, Saucy could get played in, or he just looks for a free kill. And you can see the paranoia in Boo. He's spotted now though, and he falls. The chances dwindle. opportunities now back in Heretics. Oh my good God! Why is this so close, Josh?
Almost caught sleeping at the wheel again. The classics from Sentinels are so scary. And the fact that they can get this close on 5 classics, just a drone invested on a round like this, makes me fearful for what might happen in a few rounds from now. Heretics, they can't have rounds like that. They need to wake up. Maybe the gap between the two maps iced them a little too much. They lost that form. They lost that confidence. Something's going on with the comms where they almost slipped.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit, it feels really messy. It feels very unstable.
It's okay, here's our draft.
I know, well, look, I get nervous, all right?
Okay. Just Boo here to defend this site, like he's Viper on Icebox again. Drone coming out.
Okay,
But Ten's already crossed!
And no! A really uncharacteristic miss. Both teams looking a little bit shaky here, looking like that strain, that pressure is mounting. Counter swing from the other side though. Pressure now shown across the board.
That's good info for Zelsis. Confirms that B site's probably weak, but still down a man early. Boo still keeps that control. He's just gonna back up, play that retake, wait for his teammates to come. This is where Team Heretics is really thriving in these moments. Benji controlling middle. It was pressured a little bit earlier from John QT, but still 5 versus 4, a couple of sheriffs for Team Heretics. Sentinels needs this round and needs it clean as well. They cannot afford to win it with only 1 alive here. Ten's already aggressive on that Rafters. We've seen him on Haven.
That's spotted though, seen by the Owl Drone, doesn't get away with his life either. Miniboo on the sweep back through, and the bonus looking deadly as Sarsi has to be the linchpin in this nearly high flash. Can he work from it? Not really. Miniboo's still behind. Still waiting for Sarsi to check, to try and get proactive. He can only get down 1, and now the numbers so favorable towards Heretics. The problems starting to mount for Sen. Could John QT even clutch this up? Surely not. No chance in hell as Heretics convert the bonus.
This is looking scary. If you are Team Sentinels, you're looking at elimination right now. You lost pistol, you lost against the enemy's bonus, you're losing steam, you're losing your tools, you can't even... That first kill onto Boo, like how does Tens not convert that? And this is one of those things that psychologically, if you let that kill get away and you know that that was the difference in the round and potentially the whole match, that's gonna sit with you, stir in your mind, and haunt you for rounds to come.
But it only takes 1 round to reset. It only takes 1 moment to feel like the wind's in your sails again, but Heretics look more comfortable here for now. Back in we go. Decken just brought to his knees by Miniboo, and he's just not going to be moved. Miniboo knows it all so well. Backs away, the damage is done, and Sentinel's struggling.
This was an investment from Sentinels as well. They purchased weapons here. It's a 3 versus 5. They're going to try to pivot around. Benji on that A site. He's alone, yes, but he's been feeling so hot, so like on Icebox. Okay, here comes a little bit of a mid-walk.
Hey, he's back on Cypher.
He's back on Cypher.
He's fine.
He's back. Yeah, true. And Rian's back on Sova.
Yeah.
We're chilling. If they can win on Gecko and Killjoy, they can win on Cypher and Sova.
Yep, spot on. You see them in their stronger roles here, really. Same could be said a little for Sentinels to an extent. But we have to see how comfortable they look. It's not an understatement to worry about this sort of map coming out this late in a series, in a map pool. It's not in the wheelhouse. Now they're struggling to stick the landing, but they don't. The player he ends. Capitalizing on what he has, but couldn't quite turn the flash enough, but he keeps his life. John QT needs to play forward, gets noted. They're keeping track of him every step of the way. Heretics, flawless round, flawless start.
Constantly just subverting expectations from Team Heretics. I'm looking at the veto, I'm looking at that first map, I'm thinking, oh, they're kind of down in the dumps, especially when we go to Icebox and they're looking sloppy.
Yeah, you're worried.
But then, what happened? They're revitalized. This is the Heretics that got to this place in the first place.
Yes.
These guys are so, when they're on point, they are so strong, especially when we look at Rian's on Sova, Benji on Cypher. I'll highlight it constantly because, honestly, we're going to see it over and over again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, Rienz, I love him in this role as well. He's so impactful. And it's a pause from Sentinels. Round 5. There's enough going wrong, they don't like it. This is when we talk about what you can see in practice, picking comps that other teams run. Bring it in as a final map in a tournament life affair. And not just any tournament, it's champs, you know, you don't... This was such a risky veto. And I think a lot of us thought, hey, that's front-loaded. SEN got the better of Heretics early. And I think that's a really fair assessment. But that Abyss pick was always going to be so weighted in the unknown. Yeah, we know a little bit about Heretics on here. It wasn't maybe something you put super high up, but they were willing to try it out, play it a bit. Sentinels is the complete unknown.
The only other option they really had was forcing it to bind.
Yeah.
Possible. If they banned out Abyss, they could have gone to bind. They must have felt that they were more confident here on Abyss than going up against Team Heretics on bind. Yes, Sentinels lost to Fnatic on bind. Yeah, it happens. Heretics is a decent bind team, but man, to play your first time in a match like this in these stakes.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So much on them.
You don't get do-overs. You don't get to get just on the fly.
No.
There's no VOD review, but through middle, 2 players.
I like this. This is a really nice crunch. And now Heretics have to play forward. They have to try and retake the space. They know where that paranoia's come from, or at least they should. Now they know, and now there's a surprise. Can they stick the landing? Can they hit that fatal blow? It looks like they can. SEN with an exceptionally good crunch here towards that A site. Working through middle. Zekken with a banger towards Miniboo. And now a 2v3. Still with a Bucky on 10s, but maybe he can play an angle that will work for it, sit safe somewhere. But the others have to secure some of these areas. They can't just leave it open.
They could switch weapons, and Zekken can use his Blade Storm in this round, but instead 10s closes the gap, gets close. This is going to be difficult, but it's still Benji alive, and when he's alive, full confidence, anything can happen here.
Yeah, but he's met Zekken first and foremost. 10 still on the site, waiting for a victim. He's found it. Beautiful between them. Zekken and 10s. That's a reminder, no matter the odds, no matter the map, there's always threat with Sentinels.
And a Thrifty, MasterCard Thrifty, no less. Sentinels back in the game, back in the saddle, and it's always moments like that. Now, do I think it's happened at a moment in the game where you can't recover from it? No, it's still early. Team Heretics still 4-1 up, not the worst. More devastating if this would have happened at, let's say, like, 10 to 8 or something like that, where now things spiral, things get out of control. Team Heretics, they're still fine, they're chilling. They have that operator up, and they won their bonus.
Now, the operator is a big adjustment here, but they put a lot of players behind it too.
Deep line.
Very deep line.
It's going to punish any next jump spot to get info. It needs to be a drone coming out here next. Otherwise, and they scanned the jet with the knife. They should know to use a drone here and confirm that information here.
Show me the protocol list. Underhand flash, I mean, that's fine.
Okay, it forces them off, and the sneak up at B, but the trips here, Boo's positioning on this Raptor. He's so good up here, and Benji. The 1-2 duo, the 1-2 punch. But still, Sentinels just getting feelers around the map. They don't really have any space yet. Cypher Cam on the defense.
This is nice. They didn't know about Miniboo. That's gutting. You'll take that with both hands if you're SEN. You'll love a bit of that.
Follow up. Can they spam him?
Looks like they could.
Nope.
Apparently not.
Don't have that angle. Too many boxes.
Yeah, but focusing towards Miniboo here, deciding he's maybe, I don't want to say a weak point, but a potential victim. And the gap closing, Miniboo has no idea. Now he does! Zekken's in his face so quick. This is gorgeous from Sentinels, sweeping the site perfectly.
Economy still okay for a buy for Team Heretics. They're going to have a go at this. It all starts with his first 2 kills at Heaven here. Rian's.
Zekken's angle's so good, though. Can't quite take down Benji, but still, you're looking at a 2v4. They don't have that first step in. Very difficult to find impact here. And I think Heretics might know that, pulling the plug on this round.
When you're in a situation like this, you look to see if Sentinels overstays their welcome, makes any mistakes, presses forwards. If you find an opening, it's winnable. You try to go for it. But once Rians goes down there and you have that 2 versus 4, you're losing time, time to call it quits, go for that save. 4-2 will be the scoreline. Sentinels finding some footing. And the thing that I look for is Team Heretics. I've seen their attack set on this map. I see the highs and I see the lows. The highs are when you're able to get into certain positions, you're able to get that spike planted, play that post spam battle, you're chilling. But when I look at Team Heretics, when they have so much opportunity to just take their timings and make their hits, they fall short. So Team Heretics, I'm looking at them to get as many rounds on this half. They got the pistol, they convert the bonus. If they don't end with at least 8 rounds in this half, it's going to be a messy second half.
It certainly could be. And with timeout coming in, clearly, Niels, Weber decided didn't like what they've been seeing. This adjustment from Sentinels has been fantastic. I mean, the power alone in second in these rounds has been off the charts.
Yep.
He truly can be a monster. If he gets the ball rolling, hell, if he's the instigator to this, hey, it's game on. So again, for Heretics, what's the next approach here? What's the adjustment? What's the plan? Because it felt like they had the right idea. Just a couple missed shots.
Yeah.
Operator not really finding its value, and then Sentinels striking.
That's what I was going to say. It's not like they had a horrible setup or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was missed shots from Minibu. He had opportunities. He angled out a little bit wider just as the flash came, so he missed that opportunity. He backs off, misses another opportunity with another angle. He has no backup there as he gets pushed into the back of the site. You know, if he hits one of these shots on the Sova, on any of these players, different story. So I don't think Team Heretics needs to change up drastically anything too much. We're just so used to them getting those opening picks, winning these duels, because we saw that's how they started coming back on Icebox. So maybe slight adjustments to the setup is in play. We're seeing that start with the Jet Mini Boo towards B. They're going to go a little bit aggro here.
This could be a really harsh call, though. Sentinels, do they read this? Well, Boo might be dead. Oh my...
How?
is Boo alive? That looks so primed for him to get punished on that.
We saw that sort of situation happen on Icebox as well, that aggression off the back of a timeout going into that B garage area, Miniboo going down there instead. But here, a reset. 5 versus 5, not many pieces of utility spent. Still, only 30 seconds gone from the clock. That Knife's going to secure that info. They're going to get that KO ultimate off the back of this. That means Benji's trips go offline. That means 5v5 retake has to come in play unless Benji wants to go for this.
How brave you feeling, Benji? Because Zekken's certainly feeling brave. Taking him down, but the trade is there. Rien's going to remove Zellsis. Gorgeous.
Wait, they can spam the pickup. They're going to find a third.
Oh, he is so goddamn good.
If he gets a drone tag as well, that means he can use his Hunter's Fury. Zellsis is going to time out in a couple seconds here.
There it is. That's confirming the third, and he closes the gap, and now suddenly they're looking for more. They're trying to find the remaining man. Rien's on for the ace. Wu takes it, but it doesn't matter. They'll take the round.
I said I'd bring it up again. Rien's on Sova. It's unreal.
He's so good.
Yes, it's part of, like, yeah, what was he doing there on Sova that was so good? It's his positioning. When he's on an agent like that, he's going to position himself a little bit different than he would if he's on an agent like Breach or an agent like Gecko. So he gets to be in certain fights. When he's in certain fights at certain angles and gets to shoot a certain style, he is so strong. He's so good at tapping them out. He is so good at isolating those fights. He's so good at being in that, like, retake situation. Pops that drone, lets his teammates come in close. They create a distraction. He comes in and just cleans up.
We're seeing a little frustration showing on the SEN side.
Honestly, there's nothing Sentinels could have done differently there. Oh. They got maybe.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Right off the rip here.
Oh,
and it's to set this up. Mini Boo
no.
just right up the guts, off the back of the Hunter's Fury, sends Sentinels scattering. They're down to 3 in the first couple of seconds. You've just seen the big boss leaning on over. You don't want the smoke. Benji still here as well. Oh, good God, if this is it. If this is a Heretics now starting to find that peak, quelling a Sentinel's turnaround. Those were 2 big rounds, 2 big confidence builders. If this has taken the wind out of their sails, this could be the changing point. This could be the first real nail in that coffin.
2 versus 5 Sentinels. Not the first time this game they've been in this situation.
No.
Trying to slow it down and see if they can work with anything. We saw Team Heretics choose to save in a situation similar to this in a post plan, in a retake. But now Sentinels looking for that first opportunity, a first kill to give them any sort of opening into the round. But with 30 seconds left on the clock and no opportunities given,
30 seconds left.
Likely a save. Maybe they tried this pivot all the way back to A. Hey, it's just Boo there. He's on his lonesome.
He's such a good anchor, though.
He's 1 star left.
I feel like if he hears this, I think, yeah, he definitely has. He can give himself what he needs.
He has a gravity well for the site. If they try to go for that plant, oh, okay, it's done. They just want that ultimate orb. save the weapons in the next round. Sentinels, 2 to 6 now. Yeah, they are struggling. They're running out of steam, and
Oh God, Rienz, you're so
catch
close.
anyone?
Yep, that's another.
And the last.
See, this is what scares me with Heritage, because it feels like there's always a little bit more depth. We talk about it with, you know, when you have Benji on the Killjoy or Rienz on roll or whatever. They have this just in the locker. They have this whenever they need to bring out something. Hey guys, go on, no, go on. You play on the agents you're actually nuts at. Just blow them out of the water map 3.
But we see how good Heretics is individually with taking these fights, taking these duels. And we don't see it often from them that they stray from their game plan of their identity of being this really defensive-sided, retake-heavy team. Here, they're showing that they can also brawl. They can go aggressive. They can win these opening duels, and they can have these like full convergences.
Yeah.
They have these in their repertoire. They don't pull it out often, only when they think they need to. And right now, they think they need to, and it's working for them.
I mean, you only have to look at the Hunter's Fury up middle. You saw them just pacing up there as well, right behind it. That's round 1.
Right.
I mean, it's... and for Sentinels, you've got to imagine that you're hoping they're taking this time as well in the start of this round, maybe some of the others, to have a discussion as to what they want to do here. I mean, Zekken's hitting, sure, but they're starting to lose that momentum. A well-timed out drone, but doesn't find anyone.
They do have Hunter's Fury, drone, dart
3
for this
players.
attack. They have a knife soon.
3 players on the site. Flash comes in. Flash and Dash. We're waiting to see the follow-up. Who's here? Rienz is waiting. And we know what can happen. Rienz just racking up body after body. Oh, it's just gorgeous to witness. Sten trying to dig in, but it's Rienz still standing, still holding. And Sasi is opposing number. Go on, Rienz. Have a crack at it. Sasi still deserves a little bit of respect here. You've got to be careful, but it's only 13 seconds. They're waiting, and it's Rienz to close. Another 4 for him. Josh, this might be all she wrote.
This is Rienz just, Rienzing these guys.
Okay, that's
sorry.
horrific. That's horrific. Yeah, timeout.
Well, you know what else is horrific?
2 rounds.
Sentinels is Abyss. This is the map they saved for map 3 here. They chose this one over Bind. And this is their debut. This is the only match rep. Every other time they've played this map has been in a practice game.
Speaking of debut, do remember, Heretics' international debut was against Sentinels. That was the heartbreak that started that loss. It's what put them down. It's what sent them on the trajectory to meet PaperX that then broke them, that sent them home after 2 games. Say about Vengeance being served relatively cold. Well, this is iced out. It's 7-2. Sentinels burning their timeouts here because they have to. They are floundering. They are out of it.
When I looked at Haven, Sentinel burnt both timeouts.
Yes.
One on round 7, one on round 10, both in that first half. We're seeing it here round 5 and round 10. They won that Haven game.
They did.
This isn't over.
No, it's not.
Until it's over. And Sentinels, yes, they need to burn these timeouts because when you need to make adjustments on the fly, when you need to refocus the in-game leader, when you need to refocus the star duelists, the players that you are known for one-tapping people that are missing 10 shots in a row, when you have this, you need to dig deep. And if there's any match to dig deep on, it needs to be this.
3 more rounds up for grabs. 7-5 feels doable. The difference,
Set play.
3 rounds.
Hunter's Fury available as well.
Yeah, Boo's backing away. I think he's feeling this coming. He's actually sticking around backside. Yeah, he's absolutely still there, as is Rienz. His name is going to be up in lights, you feel, throughout this entire game. Another for Rienz. Finally goes down to Zekken. But look at the absolute disaster on the site. The devastation. Sentinels left in ruins. But a gap found. Zekken, if he takes a gamble, if he rolls the dice, he can get some safety off this. The out drone only going to note 1.
That's gutsy.
Does I mean, he fancied to go at it, but look at the creeping positioning of Benji as well. All handled.
Both players confirmed. Benji on the flank.
Benji, you're going to start it. Oh, he stops it. I thought that could have been a little lifeline for them. Open up the map. Absolutely not. Benji holding Heretics up high now, 8-2. I mean, Rienz and Benji, these are the deadly duos. These are the danger players. This might genuinely be it. I can normally sell you a tale of how you turn this around. But as it stands, Heretics held their cards close to their chest. They waited until Abyss. They knew if they left this open, would Sen walk into it? Maybe they fancied their odds either way. But as it stands, 8 rounds to their name in this half. And Sentinels being held on to. This looks like the start of the end.
Through middle, Zekken takes the space. It's going to strain the rotations from Team Heretics, maybe. Create a little bit of pressure, a little bit of space for Sentinels to be able to break into a site here. Zekken has been that main point of contact. He's been getting some of these opening picks as well towards that A site specifically. And right now, Mini Boo and Boo, are you guys going to get crunched on right now?
Oh, they're actually refighting. They're re-clearing. They went back for this. I don't know if they read it, but they knew what was happening. Again, though, they've had to trade out the space
Hunter's
here.
Fury.
And yeah, you speak it, it happens. Plant now hindered. Oh, easy. Oh, good. They get back to work now. Back to business. Sentinels won the plant. They want to fight on CT. John QT trying to give them at least a pick in their favor here. But it's TenZ to take away Mini Boo. Now John QT on the swing. Loses. TenZ still stands. Maybe he's the hero that Sentinels need to give them a chance. Oh, what a snap from Sassy. But still, you look at the numbers, it's 2v2. It ain't over yet. Boo starts to creep in the angle. And TenZ standing tall for Sentinels. As said, when they needed someone to step up, as Heretics face a slightly brought back to life Sen, but I mean off the back of just TenZ.
Biting back, though, with a 4K.
Is that enough?
Well, I mean, he had almost 30 on that first map.
Yeah.
Right now, again, a struggle. John QT and Celsius not really putting anything up on the board here. The two vocal players from this team, the team that the players that rally the team together, and now kind of just dragging them along. Zekken and TenZ trying to do their best to be able to get enough kills to create an opening. But right now, there's too many people from Team Heretics that are biting back hard.
Spot on.
When I look at the parallels between these two teams, they both have such clutch players as well. You look at the side of Heretics, they have Rienz, Wood, and Benji. And it's like
and they're hitting now.
They're hitting now. Sentinels, their entire game plan is to force these mid-rounds, these retake situations, because they have hitters too.
Okay, they know it's now in middle. Woot leaning a little closer, but it's Boo from the other side as well. Actually going to walk the cage. He wants to punish, but it's John QT to catch Rienz. Better from Sentinels. Getting 2 to start with. Could at least open a chance, but Benji is alive. And look, if he ain't on the killjoy when he's on this Cypher, it's a whole different ball game. Now the map feels small. He knows that someone's in the back lines, but it's Benji. I told you, when he's alive, there's a chance, but TenZ outdoes him. And now a 4v2. Odds coming in as well. Layers upon layers that makes this nearly unlosable for Sen. Zekken doing well. Patient display from him. Mini Boo can't make the attempt. It is the finest of margins, Josh. 4 rounds.
8-4. That's the number that Team Heretics needed to get to. A pistol round will help them close out that second half. But right now, it's difficult. Sentinels, you need that pistol.
Sentinels are on the ropes. Heretics up at 8. Do not go anywhere. On Icebox, we asked if Heretics had it in them. Did they have that grit, that determination to draw it back from the brink? And the answer was yes. They had it. They had what it needed, that X factor themselves. That will to win brought them back in that game. And we ask the question now to Sentinels, with 4 rounds to your name, is there depth to you? Is there that call for blood here? They've got to turn up, Josh. There is nowhere else to go now. It's win or die at this point.
Team Sentinels have these X-Factor players that can bring up these huge clutches in certain moments that get these swing rounds where they get the momentum, a tailwind. But I looked at Team Heretics. They're on the attack side now, and I've been critical about their attack sides. They've looked like they lack depth. They wait for that critical mass before they hit, and in the process, they fluff up their audibles. They miss timings. When they know exactly where they can go, where they have an opening, they completely let it go. And Sentinels can use that against Team Heretics right here.
Tantalizingly close now, Josh. Big info off the rip, and Heretics just looking for a brawl. Zekken, though, willing to throw a couple of punches here. Quick pick, and they back away.
They're happy with that man advantage. 5 versus 4. Sentinels has been so good on the retakes as well. So Team Heretics, they're getting into that site, but they're actually going to press forward this time.
I quite like that.
We're missing this
the
before.
odds. Trying to get proactive. It's only Benji to draw blood so far, but they do have the plan on their side. You're looking at the retake with 4 players up 10. Zek and John QT and Sassy. Great paranoia, but they couldn't quite gap close in time. They come out, eyes wide open now. Sassy trying to step forward up from heaven. Is Benji. It's Rien! It's Boo! And Zekken has to ace, or it's done for. And Boo trying to be a little elusive here. Play to the left, play to the right, but the time's against Zekken. He's got to go on this one. 50 HP on Boo, and Zekken is trying to find him, and Boo goes around and around. And he waits. The fuse on the half. Boo needs to check. Here's Zekken! But the time is so damn.
He got it!
He saves Sentinels!
Oh no! One jump spot for Boo could have been the difference maker of Heretics being 9-4 up. But instead, Zekken, the ace with the Sheriff on pistol. 1.8 seconds left.
Not many can answer a call like that, to be demanded to kill all 5. He can.
Taking turns between Zekken and Tens.
You know me.
Creating that impact, and Zekken, it's not like he was having a bad game. He was getting a lot of these opening picks, getting the team into the rounds on some of these attack hits. The rest of the team not following up here. He does it all by himself.
10 swinging off the flash.
Nice little play here.
Yeah, the steps there. He might have done. I'm not sure.
I think he did.
Feels like it.
But again, Sentinels love these little mini plays.
And he might get punished on this. You're banking on some support coming in from senvsth. He still has his TP, so he could potentially opt for that, but he fancies his odds. It's the Sheriff on Boo that should draw your eyes. But that's about it. The rest on Classics. Tens, careful, easy.
Wait, the Classics
has gone down. I mean, senvsth hasn't been having a great map here. He's been struggling.
Wait, the gap.
Benji.
Sassy knows. He knows.
Yeah, he absolutely does. Nice from Sassy.
He was waiting for that. Once Team Heretics decided to pump the brakes, again, this is where they fall apart in these like mid-round situations. Right there, perfect opportunity to run down Tens, create that pressure, get Benji that gap. But instead, they overcook it. Coming back towards B. It is just John QT here. He's going to have fast rotate from Zekken with that outlaw, but still.
30 seconds left.
He needs to be able to get a couple and live. Guardian.
He could get overwhelmed. It's pretty actually scary for him here. Luckily, Zekken made it in time. He's able to play his life incredibly well. With 15 seconds, suddenly the options are removed for Heretics here. Food trying to do something with that Sheriff, but you don't get that against Zekken. He already showed you what he can do. And a beautiful moment for Sen to find stability.
Sentinels has the team built with all these players that have this individual IQ, that in these mid-round situations, that's where they really get to excel, show their identity as players, and they know exactly what they need to do to set each other up across the map.
Oh, you guys are so good. You're playing for me.
This should be easy for them. But instead, Boo, he's shifting off towards B. Benji's making his way to try to get a flank on A. The rest of the team cuts noise, goes quiet. They have Classics. They need to know who's supposed to make noise, create the opportunity for the other. And here, Sentinels, bonus round, going down middle, really aggressive here. Benji, he places a triplet. 2 players that can bypass this, a teleport or an updraft.
Here.
Here comes the plant. So TenZ gets in the back line.
Spike planted.
Looking at if Boo ever turns, does he ever consider it? As
He
it
is
stands, no. I think Zeken's a little worried he might hit the head on the top and break it, so he's giving TenZ a moment to work, and that's what he does with it. Takes away the back line, and suddenly it's game on. They're surrounded. 4 players on the site for Heretics, and now they're going to start feeling constricted. Hand around the throat here, but they fight back, take a little space. Don't go too far. Rien's Benji and Woot though, but Zeken breaking in now. Can't get a follow-up, can't get consecutive kills, and Woot digging in his heels. It's all on TenZ in a 1v2, and he ain't got the time. Rien's striking. Picking back up for Heretics now, as it's 9.
Just the bonus round for Sentinels. They made it a little bit costly. Cool idea. Got that timing on that flank on Boo. I thought right there, things are going to fall out of hand. It's going to start slipping for Heretics. It happened on that pistol round in Haven, for example. But what we're actually seeing different from Team Heretics this time is they're playing up in the faces. They're blocking them at the choke point, not allowing Sentinels to get that space onto the site. Very different approach to playing these post plans from these guys.
Yeah, because we saw them kind of falter in that situation
Yes.
before, where they wouldn't play deep, they wouldn't try and pry them out. Hold on, is this a pace change? It certainly looks like it. I'm seeing Zeken taking the fight if he can. Smoke goes in, we got a brawl, looking a little like a death match, but you don't want to take on Rien's right now. You saw what he did before, and he might just do it again. Heretics dropping bodies. It's down to Zelsys and John QT, and Zelsys is having a nightmare. 1-13 ain't the scoreline you want to be trying to hold the line on, leaving just John QT. And you try to take a fight, you try to be confident, and you just get crushed.
That might have been a really bad call from Sentinels there. I look to their economy. Zelsys on 0, TenZ and Saucy combined 14, 15. Like, they're not in a position right now to be able to afford another buy. So doing an all-in risky play like this, getting punished in this fashion, means that it's going to be so much harder to get back in the game. You're going to feed that 10th round to Team Heretics. Your economy's not good enough to stabilize. Yeah. It's going to be an 11th round after that, and suddenly you're looking at elimination. These are not the rounds where you can take these risks. You need to build it back a little bit.
Did they burn both timeouts in the first half?
Yes, they did.
So what do they have to bank on? What do they have left here?
Use this 30 seconds while this guy's saving to be able to talk about something. Because realistically, Sentinels, we haven't seen their defense yet. So maybe they're trying to catch Team Heretics off guard with this, a really aggressive play. What? If it backfires, what you did, what's the recourse? Is that the beginning of the end for Team Sentinels? Is that they're undoing a very high-risk play?
Some other teams, that could shake them to their core. That could be a step in the wrong direction here, but a buy still to be had. It's not good, though. I'm seeing Stingers, I'm seeing Bulldogs, I'm seeing Guardians, I'm seeing Light Shields, I'm seeing Sentinels falling.
Hey, if there's a team that can make this round work, Sentinels is towards the top of that list. And that's the start.
Benji's gone down, that's TenZ. We said before when they needed a hero, he was the one to stand, but Miniboo's already found him. Saucy on the trade, but the site now looking to be slowly waving the flag. Saucy is so hungry for more. Boo almost giving up his life for it, but they can't find comfortable post plants. You're still gonna see Miniboo on the site. Boo tucked down below, doesn't get pried out, but they've gotta know he's there. Zelsys trying to set this forward. When does Saucy go? The timing is everything. Miniboo takes away John QT. It's Wu on the follow-up. 2v2 now. Zelsys, Saucy, and Miniboo in their way, leaving just Zelsys alive and nowhere to go. As Miniboo takes them another step closer. 11 rounds. They can feel it now.
Team Heretics taking turns, every player. Whose 4K is it next? We've already seen Woot with one, Rien's with one, Miniboo now with one, Benji with one. Like, everyone's contributing. They all want this. They're sitting at 11-6. Sentinels, their economy
feel it.
in the toilet. Yeah, the coaches are feeling, everyone's feeling good about this.
They're so
close.
unbelievable for them. And now they start that momentum themselves. They start feeling untouchable. Can Sentinels bring them back down to the earth? We wait. Rien's. Mini-Boo, Woot, stride in. Zekken still desperate to try and fight. He's putting up numbers. senvsth with a follow-up, finally. Taking away two of the big hitters. Mini-Boo gone now. Woot removed as well. Plant is in though. And if there's Benji, if there's Rien's,
There's a chance.
pay them respect. You pay them mind, because they do that. They've already taken away Zekken. They don't respect you right now. They're going to make this hurt with everything they have. Rien's finds Sassy. They're desperate to do damage. And now the problems start to mount. Rien's waiting. Evades the flash. He can set Boo into motion here. The hat's going to come down, but they've no idea. Rien's could be the end of them. He could be the death of them. Put them on 12. TenZ is down so low. He's on 5 HP. Oh. And he lives.
He has to let him die.
Hell, TenZ, 5 HP is the difference there. Anyone else, you might have called it quits on that, but Heretics stopped at 11, and Sentinels start on 7.
That KO ultimate, the pulse, meant that Rien's couldn't bounce a shock dart onto that spike. And because of that, he moves closer to get a jump spot to get that info. But as soon as TenZ tapped that spike, he moves out, angles out wide to punish that jump spot, gets that kill, keeps Sentinels alive.
How much have we asked of TenZ in this game? Zekken's been absolutely popping off, don't get me wrong. The pistol round, you got to remember that he is at the top of the board. But clutch, impact alone is in the hands of TenZ. So many rounds off his back, but Heretics as a team, as a collective, as 5, have taken this map by storm. It's 11-7. We're starting to heat up here a touch. Heretics looking to slow things down.
It was a big tempo change to go fast on that last round. They lose. They know, hey, we can keep these guys on the ropes. Let's chill out, slower roll a little bit. I love the little plays that Sentinels have. The little plays just to get a pop flash, peek, get a kill, reposition, try to reclear somewhere else together, reposition against once they have that space.
TP over towards A lobby then. Not sure if it saw both or one, I'm not certain.
This is a big flank timing on A right now from Benji. He needs his team right now to create some sort of pressure. It gives him an opening. He still has to break this door, but if his team...
Oh my god! Shot in the dark and it lands! Rien's! I mean, it feels like he can't miss.
Still, the team needs to
Are they going towards
make the
A?
pressure out A main. Once they get spotted, then Benji from the sidelines while all the chaos is happening. But Saucy,
More than a thorn in the side.
he has a read.
But Saucy is feeling this. It's correct. It's absolutely correct. The paranoia just got posted towards main, trying to offset the tempo. What? He got to see it all happen in slow motion. But Heretics,
no.
step by step, move closer towards 12. As Zekken is nowhere near to this. He might have to bow out and give them 12 here. And there's something so devastating about knowing what's about to happen and being unable to stop it.
Zekken, it's so important for him to keep this Vandal, not to get hunted down. If he can stay alive, he can drop another Vandal to his teammates. They're dry for cash. 0 credits on 3 of the players. This Vandal, it's the only saving grace for Sentinels right now. Otherwise, they're packing up and going home. Team Heretics knows this. They're on the hunt. They don't want Zekken to get away with this weapon. They have the economy. They can go and try to take this. But also, it's the mental aspect. Hunting down that last player, getting that kill, the psychological effect on it. Rien's. Okay.
Nice.
The only agent you can really do that on.
I mean, it's what they need though, and we've got to look at the buy they're coming in with here. Josh, what do they have?
So he buys a Vandal, he drops that over. He had all of his abilities, he kept his shields. So that means TenZ. The 2 players on the team that are basically getting kills. I mean, Zekken's got more kills than the rest of the team combined almost.
Yeah.
TenZ has, you know, as many kills as the other 3 as well.
You can feel it in the atmosphere in here. The crowd knows. And so it begins. Zekken, we ask a lot of you now. Same with TenZ. For Sentinels to live for another round, it has to be here. It has to be now. But we're on the trade. Oh, this could be all but over. Zekken, all on his shoulders, and he's still standing. He's still fighting.
It's not ready to go home.
Maybe there's still a chance on this one, because look at the backspace here. Sarsi creeping closer. They're gripping into this. They are clawing into this. If Sarsi can find impact, but Boo's reading it.
Boo's waiting for it.
Turned around. Boo might know what's going on. Sarsi, he's got himself a rifle. He can back away. Now, the space is getting filled here. You're looking at where Zekken's going, where he's pathing.
Yeah, it's just Boost noted though. But here, Zekken moving around. He's not ready to go home yet. He wants this.
Yeah, but who gets the timing? Zekken waiting. Just turned around. And is that enough for the crowd? You can see them double checking now. They're still going to know. Zekken, are you the man to step up to the plate here? And once again, we ask, can the man become the monster that he did before? And they're around the corner. They have no idea.
30 seconds left.
Saucy's still in a very defensive position. He might be aware of this.
Traditionally, you might ask for players to play together, stick towards similar situations. But has Zekken read this right?
Look at that ping, where that spike needs to get planted, where they can actually protect the spike carrier. But Zekken knows it's going to be B. He's going to come in. He's not going to be able to deny this, but he has space and timing right now.
Yeah, Sarsi has to navigate and try and avoid the likes of Boo potentially lingering, lurking around. He's trying to draw them in, give them a chance, give them an idea, a concept. And again, a wayward shot keeps his life alive. Zekken now stepping towards the site, taking another couple of strides too in this round. We asked so much of him. He answered before. No, he answered again, the third. Two more to find, and they're so low. Oh my God, from the absolute clutches of death. How can we do this? Oh, he misses! In the final moments, Heretics burn SEN to the ground.
Unbelievable. I knew it was possible on Abyss for Team Heretics to do it, but in style like this, Zekken tried dragging his team to the finish line. 26 kills in the end of the game there, and almost a 2 versus 5 almost.
You
to keep them alive.
You can't say he didn't try.
You can't.
He tried so goddamn hard.
That random crouch at the end, the knives, the daggers, missing one, just one needed to connect to keep them in the game. And Sentinels tried so well, so hard. But Heretics showing a side of them, a resilience we haven't seen.
I have to say, to the team on the screen, the Sentinels, people said they were done, they were overrated, they didn't deserve it. People can say nothing now. They put up an exceptional performance from start to end in this tournament. They should have their heads held high. But on the other side, Heretics suffered defeat at their hands, sending them on a downward trajectory before. Now, they stand tall with another chance to make it all the way to the end.
As they bow on the stage there, a little clap and a wave, they look happy, elated about how they did it, not that they did it.
It doesn't even look like it's sunk in with them yet. That sheer adrenaline still running the highs and lows of competition. I mean, you saw what it means to Heretics, a young side. They stand so proudly on that stage after an exceptional performance. I mean, even we doubted the veto, I think rightly so. And they proved us wrong, they proved many wrong. 3 ends.